G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an F2000. Shout out to the Kylie superfan. This is a video made for you. So the F2000, this is not the first time I've looked at it in a video. Originally, I did a version of this made by IceStorm NG, and whilst this won't be a comparison between these two weapon mods in this video, that might make an interesting video topic to explore at a later date, comparing and contrasting the different visions of the F2000s or whatever weapon mods that have similar weapons. There's about 101 different service rifle mods out there, so that'll be a mammoth undertaking figuring out which is the best from those mods. And that's Gina. If you can hear her barking, she might have to come inside. She'll keep going. But you've got a bullpup rifle, Belgium origin. You've got the ejection port here, so you can fire this ambidextrously without having to worry about the shell casing spewing into your face or, you know, shoulder area or basically anywhere, which is good. You've also got a pretty high rate of fire on this thing as well. Battlefield taught me it's got a high rate of fire. It's got this cool inbuilt scope in as well, and a very futuristic design. I remember watching the Hunger Games movies, the ones with Jennifer Lawrence in it, and all of the peacekeepers, the dudes that worked for the state, they had white-colored F2000s, and obviously they had it because they look really futuristic with their angular and sleek-looking design, although this thing's a little bit more fat than your P90s, which they also had, by the way. Yeah, they sort of fit in with that sort of sci-fi futuristic look about them, despite the fact that at that stage of the Earth's, I think they're in the 2200s in those years, so that would be an ancient weapon by then. Oh, Gina's made it in. Hello. So yeah, it's got custom sounds and animations. Have I mentioned that? I have now. Let's get into the attachments. And first of all, we've got the receivers as usual, and just like your assault rifle, you've got pretty much the same attachments as your vanilla game. Your powerful auto receiver gives you 138 damage, but semi-auto will give you 193, just shy of 200, which is going to be extremely potent considering how fast we can fire this thing. And using the scope that we've got equipped right now, this FN sight, which I'm pretty sure is not a reflex sight like we saw with the, or like a glorified reflex sight like we saw with the IceStorm mod. This is a proper, like a medium style scope. So I think we'll be able to get sniper knockdowns with this thing. But there's more options than just the FN sight if you want to make this thing look a little less, I don't know, that's like a pretty full vision of what an F2000 is, but I reckon it looks like a shark if you use the iron sights, which we might have a look to see what those things, the iron sights look like in combat. But there's also versions of the Airtex, there's also versions of this with and without magnifiers, and there's ACOG sights down here as well, and different versions of holographics, small reflex sights with big risers on them if you feel like it as well. If you need to clear a laser sight in front of the sights or the reflex sight unit, you have a riser there, so you can clear over that. But yeah, there's a pretty decent selection, including some of the more Russian versions. But we're going to leave the FN sight on this thing, and we'll go over to muzzles. And you can throw a suppressor on here, 241 damage, and increases the range due to having nominal barrel range increases. I like that. That's realistic. Not balanced though, so you know, I'm not going to complain whether the modders decide to take or add range when they throw on a suppressor, but it's definitely nice to have. I feel like this is going to be a particularly potent weapon at range now, considering 323. I'm going to be guaranteeing shots possibly out of render distance or just on the very edge of it. Anyways, so the biggest mag you can put in here is this 40 round magazine. There's also different ones, different flavors, but 40 rounds is quite a lot, so we'll throw that one in. And you've got different options for foregrips. You can detach this whole weird assembly thing here if you don't feel like that's comfortable enough, and have a Picatinny rail shown underneath, and you'll attach little stubby grips or more vertical ones. Wonder if I can put a laser sight on this thing as well. Yes, I can. I can do the laser sight foregrip setup just like old school Battlefield. So you can have a flashlight, a laser sight, or just a rail cover on that side, or nothing at all. We'll throw a laser sight on there because why not? And you get a little bit of extra laser sight options. We'll turn the laser and spot on. It's there, but you can't see it. We'll probably see it during normal gameplay, and you can change the materials, green, black, tan, or AAF, which is not advanced animation framework. It means automatic, awesome, flecton. It's camouflage. Actually, I've got no idea what that means. I think black is good. It looks sleek and stealthy like this, so maybe we'll go for the more bright and flamboyant colors when we're using non-suppressed version, because this is stealth sniper status. And of course, if the damage isn't doing it for you, and you'd have to be, well, I think we're going to be fine just quietly. You can also increase it up to a maximum of plus 99% for 350 damage, which is stronger than your hunting rifle with a 50 cal bullet, I think. So, you know, use that as a yardstick and say, you know what, I think 241 damage is quite enough. So there's the attachments. Let's show you how to get this thing, and we'll make a few more of these and we'll get started. And here it is on the chemistry workbench, FN F2000. You will require no ranks in gun maker person to do this, a gun nut. 16 gears though, 14 plastic, 4 rubber, 10 springs, and 5 steel. You could probably argue that that's pretty steep, especially the gears part of it, but no perks, which means you can feasibly make this at level 2 should you be lucky enough to find what you need. Just a couple of tidbits that I found interesting about the crafting. Firstly, there's no barrel options at all on this thing at all, which, you know, the range on this thing is not going to be a problem. Anyway, usually weapon mods without a barrel attachment slot usually have like terrible range because there's no barrels to begin with. That's being covered, but there's no options to extend that barrel out even further, which you might find interesting. And secondly, if you use the standard handguard that you see right here, there it is, that grip, I suppose, you lose access to the Picatinny rails on the side, which means you can't attach laser sights onto this thing. I mean, that's obvious, but still, you know, if you want to have a laser sight, you're gonna have to throw a grip onto this thing, like one of these. There you go. Also, I don't think you can use the left side rail. That's just stagnant. That does nothing. Alright, welcome back to the plaza, and unfortunately I couldn't find the Kylie superfan comment in the comment lists. I know they mentioned Kylie, but I think they've deleted it, so I can't show the receipt of that comment for the Kylie superfan. But if you're out there watching, this video goes out to you. So here's F2000 in first person. It's got a cool bash animation. A quick look at this thing in third person. Is it just me, or does it look really small? Like it's a miniaturized, it's a neotenous F2000. It hasn't quite grown up yet. Anyway, this thing's got the semi-auto receiver and the scope, which is... It's a pretty powerfully scope. That's not the hold breath button. That would be Alt. And you can fire this thing that fast in semi-auto form. Sure, it's not going to be the most accurate thing in the world. In fact, it's going to... I don't know why my aim got pulled across so much, but I thought that was a recoil for a second. Glad to see that it isn't, but yeah, having a scope like that, rifleman combo, it's going to be pretty potent at knocking people down. Next, this is a stealthy suppressed version with an AeroTech, complete with a magnifier on it and a suppressor as well, of course. That's why it's stealthy. And this one's less stealthy, less subtle. Still looks tiny, like PDW spec, but... yeah, having this thing on the side here, you can see that it's shooting out the casings about as fast as it fires out the bullets, so we can get a little bit of extraneous damage if we're close enough to launch our hot bullet casings into our gunner foes. It'll give them a little bit of burn damage. No, it won't actually, but still. And of course, we've got a last version here. Any scopes? Wait, no. It's a see-through scope. ACOG, see-through scope doesn't apply in third person unless you get a see-through scopes version that just transitions you into first person when you aim down sights, but I don't have that. It's fine. Anyways, let's begin, and I suppose we'll just take out whatever's making these gunners aggro. I think they've picked up the... I think they've annoyed the... It's always the bloody mantises, and there's another one too. They're bloody everywhere. Alright, they'll finish that off soon. And now we can get back to blasting people. Yeah, this is like a total medium scope spec thing. And with this amount of power, I don't particularly care that I'm not hitting anything. The fact that I'm just getting all of these bullets down range so quickly means accuracy is secondary to the volume of fire I'm putting out here. But if I want to slow down my shots, you can bet that it's going to hit in the direct middle of the crosshair. It makes the weapon feel nice and responsive, makes it feel powerful, very nice. But we can kick this to 11 if we use our magnify enhanced automatic version. We can stack on those sneak criticals ever so faster. They can't even get through the thing they usually terminate a T1000 walk through. That's the one that goes through walls, right? The T1000 model. It turns into liquid and they freeze it and then they shoot it to blow it up. Anyway, so the hipfire accuracy on this thing, serviceable. Usually video game logic says, hey, you've got a you've got a bullpup weapon. That's going to be good at hip firing, but aim down sights accuracy isn't going to be as good, which doesn't make any sense because it's got lots of barrel space, so you know, maybe it would be easy to handle. If anything, your reload speed should be slower because you got to reach like behind your trigger grip hand. Anyways, I think that's enough subtlety. We've pretty much cleared out half of them already, so let's go for a little bit more of an aggressive approach, shall we? Now, subjectively speaking, I actually don't like the sounds of this thing unsuppressed. Yeah, it'd be fine if it was a COD-ported gun because they've all got that sort of metallic aluminum can sound, sorry, aluminum can sound. And this is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like there's any punch behind it. Now, I might be a little bit biased, or I've got preconceived notions on how this thing is supposed to sound because I played lots of Battlefield 3 and 4 with this thing, and obviously those had big, beefy, bassy sounds for their rifles, and it just makes this one feel a little bit underwhelming by comparison, but, you know, subjectively speaking, of course. Folks at home might actually like the sound of this one, but I, for one, do not. Anyways, let's go over to our ACOG site now. Little baby Gunner, we'll take him out. It was his first day on the job, Mr. Gunner, and took one swift shot in the head, and that was him done for. Now, we'll have a pretty good... Oh, we get sniper knockdowns with an ACOG. That's some good attention to detail because we are using a scope right now, and it gives this weapon a second lifeline. Otherwise, I'd just be using the proper scoped version, like the FN scope. So that's good. I don't mind that, actually. Which means, in third person, baby, you can get all these sniper knockdowns and take this. Right in the spine. And using bullet time there, that was pretty good. Oh, the mysterious stranger has shown up to do absolutely nothing. And you won't be able to out-heal this. I'm pretty sure I saw a F2000. Someone, one of these ones, they're probably in giblets now. There it is, right there. Leveled list integration, baby. You love to see it. So if you don't want to craft this thing and pull it out of your ass on a chemistry workbench, you can kill some high-level gunners and they'll drop it for you. And, wow, you're still trying to figure out the fence, are you? Mouse. Mouse. Thank you. I don't know what's causing that. It might be like under CPU strain, but sometimes I've got to restart the game. It happens in Fortnite. It just completely locks up your controls and I get killed. Then I rage. Bad hardware. Yeah, I mean, the keyboard's fine. Like, this used to work perfectly back when I was using my old GS66 Stealth, the previous laptop that I was using, but it's just gone terrible. Also, if you notice the colors are a little bit more vibrant, I've reinstalled Vogue ENB. So, it just saturates the colors a little bit. I don't mind it. A little bit more saturation. Provides a good contrast when you've got bright and colorful clothes against this drab background here. It makes them sort of stand out. Right, Kylie? Anyways, so, yep, works with classic holstered weapons as well. And for some reason, whenever it's bullpups, they're always way too high up on your shoulder there. I guess it would work if you had a longer barrel, but this one I think could be lower down. That just might be how just the preview things work and where the center of the weapon is and how the bullpup animations work, but it works nonetheless. It's on your back and there seems to be no problems with that at all, so let's move on. I think I almost prefer this FN scope being one of these scopes. Despite you having less vision around you, you get a nice little crosshair of where you're actually going to be shooting, and the sniper knockdowns, they really bring it together. It might be a little bit too much if you're using this thing semi-auto, but I'm actually not sure how far this thing zooms in real life. I want to say like 2 times, but this is way over. This is like 4 to 6, I think. I can't remember the exact zooming things on the vanilla game scopes to compare against, but I think this is just using standard medium scopes, which would be 4 or 6. But anyways, Swan's dead now. Yeah, that was easy, but we can do this a little less cheaper. We'll do it commando style instead, and we'll be keeping the underwear on. Not that commando style. Although if I was Ratchet and Clank 2 going commando, that's a good game. I want to play that. I want to make a playthrough of playing all the PS2 emulator Ratchet and Clank games. That was sick. Anyways, so what we'll do here is we'll just put some fire onto him, and Thank you. I was wondering why I wasn't getting any sneak criticals. And now we can hose him down like this. Alright. So, an advantage to using it... Wow, I'm a little discombobulated. Roll, roll, roll. Yes. That worked. I think he just ran a ring around me. That's scary. Alright. What we're going to do is I'm going to stand here and he's going to dive into nothing. Oh, perfectly timed. But you weren't expecting that. Oh, okay. If that's how we want to play, is it? Let's go over and full auto in with this one. When that's out of bullets, we'll use this one. Notice how whenever you bring the weapon out, you hit the safety. Even when you switch directly from weapon to weapon, which I think is kind of nice. The drawing and sheathing animations, you'll engage and disengage the safety, and if you're pulling it out from nothing, you'll rack the charging handle, which is nice. It's not too long, but it's a little bit of flavor to make the weapon feel a little bit more, would I say realistic? More alive? Can a weapon feel alive? Maybe, but gives a little bit more character, a little bit of attention to detail, and it's not overdone, so there's no need for patches to shorten the length of the animation either. Cop that, seabirds. So, yep, alright, what to do? We'll find one more monster. And when I said one more monster, I actually meant two, but I've got backup. Nuka World represent. Let's go. Now, what we're going to do is, we'll go to the glowing sea, and when you've got a mod that has all of the weather all clear all the time, you can tell why they blanket the area in this green mist that you can't see much, because, it doesn't look too flash when the weather's clear, but you get to see all of the cool things in the distance, like you've got the crater of Adam over there. But anyways, light them up. Nice, that's a sniper knockdowns. I believe that's probably Kira doing that. I think the other sniper, or the other version that I gave with the scope and the rifleman setup is Vicky, and she's a shotgunner, so she wouldn't probably not use that perk at all. But every knockdown that you do see, I'm not doing. Carla and Camille have automatic versions, and Carla just finished him off. That was a very good amount of shots in there, and whoops, let's not get radiated too much. Hang on. Some ghoul there went friendly, but immediately got gunned down, and that's good instincts. Always got a gun down. And we've got to target the big blood bug here. We'll go full auto. And cracky, even in slow motion, the recoil gets away from you, which I don't hate, to be honest. It's very powerful, this weapon, but there's a lot of kick to it. It's not going to be, like, super accurate 100% of the time. If you're going to do that, I'm going to knock you down constantly, mate. So get out of here. Yes. I think Kira got a couple of knockdowns in as well. Oh, we're getting outflanked by mosquitoes, or mantids, as they were. Oh, that was a ghoul. I thought it was Camille for a second. I don't know what I was thinking. I just thought she got ragdolled by it. No! No, you don't look like a withered feral ghoul. I'm sorry. Alright, well, that was good, but how about one more? Just one more. Another barrier stands before you. Fear not. I shall bend it like the truth.
What was that? Now, how did you think that was gonna
Or Kira was gonna do it, but shout out to anyone who can pick up that game where that quote's from, because yeah, I've been watching the cutscenes in that game, and that was brilliant. I only picked that up in the remastered version of the PS3 later, but I missed out on some really good PS2 platformers, and there's your clue back in the day, because I reckon I would have liked that. Although, maybe, you know what, I won't speak of it any further. I'll just leave that one up to you. Now, as we're fighting the giant queen here, please, please, please don't stand right under it and then get immediately wrecked. Oh boy, we're dropping like flies here. It's already 2 or 4. I don't want to squad wipe here. No, Kira. No. Oh boy. Okay, well this is no good. I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run all the way over here. Okay, looks like 3 of them have been killed in the same spot, so we'll have enough time. That is a pretty good thing to say, considering the fact that you're about You were sitting on the ground for like a little bit, but now I'm getting punched in the face. I need a mysterious stranger. I might want to just hit this thing a little bit in bullet time. Perfect. There he is. That might be the distraction I need. But if everyone gets back up, that would be pretty convenient. What is this? Oh, mole rats. Yeah, whatever. That might be a worthy distraction. We'll keep sprinting. We'll tactically use bullet time like a free bit of jet. All right, no time for lazy, Carla. Come on. Up, I say. Okay. Apparently, we just want to sit there. Maybe I should find Kira at this stage, because I'm pretty sure the My Alert Queen is going to go for them. Mysterious Stranger has shown up again. Another bit of distraction. He's going to load at least a full magazine into
Over
them.
here.
Alright, I didn't mean to do that. Alright. She goes down again. Oh, Kira's going for the revive and immediately gets punched. Oh, alright, we need to discuss tactics here because it ain't working. And I don't think I'm getting any sniper knockdowns either. No, that's not good. What I can do, though, is just hit VATS all the time. Well, that did okay, I suppose, but... Oh, this Mysterious Stranger again. He's been pretty clutch. He's making up for all the annoying times he's had, and let's just, even if you just distract him for a bit, maybe that works. No, you're just gonna sit there. Well, I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I think the follower revive system is broken by the fact that, I don't know, I can push them instead and ragdoll them. That might be disrupting it. I keep telling them to move, so they're technically under my command or something. But it doesn't matter, the job's done. You can all stop being lazy now and hop back up. I think the Rad Scorpion was waiting for me to finish that. He certainly was. That's an old school Rad Scorpion design too. That's Capital Wasteland spec. Oh, you've made me angry. Not a good plan. Alright. Are we done now? Not quite. One more death skull. These aren't as scary. Not as scary as a giant My Alert Queen. I gotta say, I think I prefer the Fallout 4 designs. This looks too rudimentary, but there's a little bit more character in those versions. Oh, look who decided to get up. Enjoy your nap on the ground there. Sure you all did. Maybe, I don't know, your sugar rush from drinking your Nuka-Cola was over.
Come on.
Oh, I told you to sit still, did I? That's my fault, is it? Sure, of course it is. It's always my fault. Anyway, so there you have it. There was the F2000 FN variety and a really good weapon mod. Go and download it. You can probably tell it's high quality, so I don't need to sing this thing's praises anymore. It's got enough power, it's got good animations, levelless injection. What more could you want out of a bullpup Belgium assault rifle? It doesn't jam either, so even bigger of a bonus. So if you want to see this thing in your game, check out links in the description. Worth looking at it if you've got the hard drive space. Thank you very much for watching, guys.